Miranda from My Scrappy Life, and welcome back to my channel. This is a collaboration of two things. The first thing is it is the third Thursday of the month, so it is Paw Your Way Into Your Heart, and these are the two photos of Asher when he was 7 months old, so it would have been November of 2021. This was taken right before Thanksgiving, and then this was in the beginning of the month, I think. Maybe Veterans Day. He was in my craft room, obviously, as you can tell, and he's just laying out like he always does. And he still does this to the day. And so this is also part of the summer series where we stash dive into our old stuff. And what I'm going to be using today is dive back into our online class or event. So obviously you guys know, if you're new to my channel, welcome. But I am starting virtual crops, and I started them in January of this year because I finished college in December of last year. So I went back to January, and I am using the recipe challenge that Moira did, and she had a bunch of stuff, and we had to use something of the sort. So I had to use 6 items of this long list of things. Everything that we needed to do is linked down below, along with her process video, to her layout and her inspiration behind the recipe. So I'm going to use stickers, outlining, wood veneers, lots of layers, a white cardstock background, which is right here, edge stretching width. You guys all know this stuff is easy. And I am going to place up here the sketch from that month as well. So everything will be linked down below. All of the descriptions to both of the hops will be down there, along with getting into my group. My summer vacation, staycation themed virtual crop for June and July is going to be happening next week, and I would love to have you there. It is going to be 4 days instead of 3. So let's see what I can do here, and then hit us up over at Facebook, and let's see what I can do. Okay, so here I am. I kept my list out so that you can see kind of like when I'm crossing things out. So first, obviously, my edge distressing, that is always something that I always do. And then the white cardstock background, obviously, I know that you guys know I always have to have an edge. So there's my white cardstock background. And then the outlining, obviously, there I go with my outlines, which I always do anyway. So that knocked out 3 of them within like the first 30 seconds of my process video. Then I am following this sketch, for the most part, really close. I get the 3 pieces of paper, which is going to be 3 inches. And then I cut them down so that they match. One of them was a little bit shorter than the other just because of, I guess, the way I cut it. When I was using these papers, like throughout my process of this, because I think I'm down to the point where I think I've got like 2 more, I would say probably 2 more collection or 2 more layouts. And then I've got to move on with my dog into another collection to use completely up, because there is really nothing left. So you know me, I need my mixed media, some way, shape, and form on it. So I decided to go this route with using brushed corduroy and crackling campfire. Now, this brushed corduroy, it matches to the T because it's like sand, dust, however you want to look at it. But right now, while I was doing this layout, I was thinking, this just, it's like, it almost looks like I'm putting down not a fun color. But when I finally put everything together and I put it and it starts to come together, that brown matches really well. It just, in the beginning, it was just like, I don't know if it's going to match. I feel like I'm doing the wrong color. So then that's when I was like, I'm not going to do that. And I did cut one paper that was supposed to be like this blue color, and it just wasn't jiving for me. So what I did is that I went back in and cut another 2-inch strip or 3-inch strip and did the bottom part of the same background piece, because that blue wasn't matching with the color tones I was like putting down. So I was going to use this paint pen. I'm going to tell you right now, Hobby Lobbies, they oh, I hate them. I hate them with a passion. And you'll see why there in a second. Right there, it splattered everywhere. It was all over my hands. I literally threw it out. So if you get the Hobby Lobby paint pens, they're not the greatest. I am putting that out there right now. I do not like them. They're not fun at all. They dry weird. I just don't like them. So it's done. I'm over it. I've got that black spot on top, and it is what it is at this point. There's nothing I can do about it. So I've got this black spot going into one of his layouts. I decided that what I'm going to do is put red distressing ink on the brown pieces, and then do the brown corduroy on that one that has the background, the yellow, like the crackling campfire. Now make sure you go check out everybody that's linked down below. For both of the process videos that I've done, like both of the collaborations. Now, I do use liquid glue, and the one thing that drives me nuts about liquid glue, it brings up the paper. It just doesn't lay flat, but then when I use ATG with this, it doesn't stick well. It tends to come off because of the distress oxide. So it's like a give and take. It drives me nutso. So now I'm going to start to build the layers. You will see how I build these layers up, and I love how this turns out. Like, I really love this collection. I at first was a little worried about how I was going to use this because it was really cowboy based, and you guys all know I don't like that's like I will say my one side of my family they are all about that life. The cowboy life, the rodeo, living on a farm, this, that, and the other type of stuff, cattle, horses. I'm just not. I've never really been part of that life. So I was like kind of a little worried on how I was going to make this particular collection work with any of my photos. And then I decided, you know what, my dog could be, that with this collection, and they turned out really well. So I'm kind of sad to see this go, but I am kind of glad that it's gone. So I start out to show you that I am doing the outlining again. And so that went back to that. And right now I am still at my 3. And then I do cross out the lots of layers because the photos got layers. There's layers all over this page, like layers everywhere. So the 2 photos are going to stick down on the bottom. Now when I did this sketch, I did 2 4x4s, but I went and did 4 3x4s or 4x3s, however you want to look at it, for my 2 photos. So they don't overlap as much, but I brought the title down, and then it works. It just works for what I need it to. So here are my lots of layers that I am using. So that knocked out 4 out of the 6. And I'm just waiting to do wood veneers and stickers. And obviously those 2 were easy for me to pick because I use quite a bit of them. And within the first 2 things I put down is a sticker and my wood veneer, because these are wood veneer stickers that they have. So it knocked out my whole thing, and it's completely done. Here are, this is going to say Howdy Friends. And then I pull in all of my other embellishments, and it's all going to come together perfect. Make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel. I would love to have you part of my YouTube family. If you are new from one of the other collaborations, welcome. I'm so glad to have you. I do upload between 2 to 3 times a week. I do collaborations like this, design teams, and all of the other fun stuff throughout throughout my YouTube process. I also am getting close to my mid-year goal, which is 3,500 subscribers. So if you are new, please hit that like and subscribe button. I would love to have you. Okay, so now I am bringing in the black and white stars that are like the cow print, and I love it because it contrasts with the black, but I wanted to bring in the black splatters that I had in my background. I wanted that on top as well, so that is how I brought in the black on top, because my photos are black and white, and all of that. So I am working on getting all of that done. I am placing all of those pieces. Now, I went and fussy cut so that I could get more embellishments. I fussy cut a long while ago all of these flower clusters and these little clusters out of the two 12 by 12. I think it was both. I think I did both of the 12 by 12 just so I could have quite a bit of clusters, because I ran out of embellishments. That's why I said I've been using this for quite a while, and no matter how much, I swear, the Hip Kit collections, no matter how much I try to use on a layout, I still feel like I've got thousands more. And it's like it never ends. But I'm getting there with this one. Make sure that you like and subscribe. The still shots are coming up. I hope that you enjoyed this process video. Y'all stay safe, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.